Are you dating for sport, i.e. the whole phase? Are you dating for a relationship, i.e. I'm serious about this? Dating for a purpose, you want to get married one day? What are y'all talking about? Finally. Now,
can you see me?
can you hear me? I can see you. Can you hear me? Okay, dating for a relationship. Love to hear it. It's hard to be out here dating.
I don't know what was going on.
No, in case finally. No, dang, Casey, you wasn't entertained with me? Like, shit.
I know you can't see me, girl.
Dang.
All right.
Okay, so I introduce the topic. I'm trying to get some things together over here.
Okay.
I introduced the topic, and no, she said I'm trying to get started. No, for real.
That's my fault. That's my fault. We here now.
Period. Terrell said, I hear a lot of guys are just doing it for a trophy and for sports. I mean, for men, I feel like it's different though. You know, women automatically off top are intentional. I feel like in the way that they move. Men, I feel like for y'all, a lot of the time, I feel like y'all just be going with the flow. And if you come across somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, then you are. But that may not be your intention at that moment. Does that make sense?
What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
That he heard a lot of guys were just doing it for trophy and for sports. And I said, well, I feel like a lot of men don't go out intentionally. I feel like they go out, and if you so happen to be a girl that they would date, then they get into a relationship with you.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because they do it because they can, and just to be like, you know, how many can I get, or who gonna stay on my roster?
Right. And then when they find somebody that they do want to settle down with, they do. But I don't think that's like they choose. I definitely dated for sport, but it gets old quick. And that's what I kind of want to talk about too. Dating for sport / the whole phase. So when people go...
Cool.
Huh?
High school. That's high school.
I mean, it's grown. People grown out here doing it. And
high school, dating for sport. Like, you have fun. You dated as many people as you could. Just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got niggas, or I got hoes. Like, and then once you get to a certain level or a certain age, I'm like, all right, you know, this get old. I'm tired of this. Like, it's time to level up. Like,
but I feel like, mentally, men are about 5 to 10, depending on the man, years behind. So
that's true.
At 21, they still doing stuff that they was doing in high school. And for women, I feel like for women, and for men too, I feel like this is true for everybody. When you start dating for sport or / enter into your whole phase, it's because you've been hurt. And now you have this defense. It's a defense mechanism. Like, I'm not finna be vulnerable with nobody. I'm not going to open up my heart to people and try and be serious because my feelings have been hurt and I'm sick of this. And now I'm finna just play the game and play the role.
I feel like yes, and then I feel like no, because sometimes you just never got to have a whole phase, and it's kind of like, now I got my freedom, now I'm doing me, now I can experience, you know, what I never got to experience. So now it's kind of like, I just want to hurry up, you know, and do what I want to do because I never got to do that. That's how some people go through a whole phase. Like, they get free and they just go wild.
Y'all saying facts to which part? Because we on different ends of the spectrum right now. But I
feel like too. It's either way. Like, it's kind of like, okay, you know, I've been hurt and you know, I'm gonna do me. Like, I don't care about nobody's feelings but my own. And then it's another phase where it's like, I never got to do everything that my friends got to do, or I never got to go through, you know, go out and talk to boys and do all of this stuff, and now that's what I'm gonna do. So it just depends, I feel like.
I think somebody said their whole phase was by choice, not from being hurt. Period. You better own and not be out here just being reactive. I love to see it. But I feel like, okay, so for my thought process of people going into whole faces because they're hurt, I feel like when they come out of these whole phases, and this is I was on Clubhouse because I'm always on Clubhouse. No, I'm not. I'm on Tuesdays, but but I was on Clubhouse and they were talking about this, like dating for sport and being in a whole phase, and I said I feel like when people go into, like I said, they go into whole phases because they've been hurt, but once it gets old, like somebody says, because it does get old quick, and then you get out of it and you want to be in a relationship, you haven't done the work. You know what I'm saying? You went into it because you're hurt as a defense mechanism because you was like, fuck that nigga or whatever. And you get out of it and you haven't done the work. You might have damaged yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
So if you go into a whole phase, make sure that you're paying attention to the areas that you need to heal. Because it may mean that you may need to be by yourself for a little bit when you're done.
Absolutely. Because if you go into a whole phase from after being hurt, you never gave yourself the opportunity to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You to defense mechanisms and you just went, you know what I'm saying? Like you just started to kind of throw a wall up.
Mm-hmm.
You never healed yourself. You never really, got to physically heal yourself before going into, relationship after relationship after relationship. So once you decide to transition over to, okay, I'm ready to, settle down, I'm ready to be real,
Mm-hmm.
you have to still go through that healing phase because you skipped over that part. Like,
right. Exactly.
First stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you going to find what you're looking for if you don't even know what you're looking for?
Right.
You went into a situation where you was just like, I don't care. I'm going to talk to anybody and everybody.
Right.
But now I can't be serious because now I don't know what I'm actually looking for.
Exactly. Which was another interesting topic we talked about on Clubhouse. Does body count matter? And that was a question in one of these cards. I just want y'all to know this is a legit question. Does body count matter? And this has nothing to do with dating, but I just want to know.
I feel like that's an uncomfortable question for a lot of people. But I feel like you shouldn't ask that question if you don't really want to know the answer to the question.
And it was a lot of people on this particular Clubhouse like, no, I'm secure. I don't need to know. Casey. Oh, okay. Said it does matter. And it was men on there saying it does.
And I feel like men who say it does, it only pertains to women. Right. They're like, yeah, my woman's body count matters, but don't ask me about my body count because that don't matter.
Too. That came up. That came up too because it was. Is it fair that women are held to a different standard for body count than men?
I mean, it's not fair, but it's life. Like that's just how it goes. Like, and I feel like, I mean, I don't feel like I would want a man who has a body count over like 50. Like, you doing too much. You did too much. You doing too much.
You just
but
everywhere.
and you didn't care.
They was on their throwing.
As a woman, I feel like number one.
Astonished. I was clenching my pearls.
Listen. Like the real story, I literally was. I'm saying, like, you know, saying like, I a certain level or a certain amount of number where you just like, no, that's too much. And no, 49, no, but it definitely has to be. For me personally, I don't feel like you should be over 10. Like,
I'm gonna ask. Is over a man shouldn't be over 10? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like what do you mean? That's a lot of people. That
is Ash, but you know how they be moving out here.
And yeah, and not everybody move like that though. Like
That's a whole.
you
You know what?
would be okay with your man saying 40. I was with 40 men.
I don't want to know because I don't. I don't want. I can't. I don't want to know. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk because if you hit me with one of those numbers I'm not okay with, I can't do it. So I'm not going to talk about it. And that may be ignorant. Maybe.
What's a high number to you?
For women or for men?
For a man.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good question because 10 is
number
I'm pushing.
Was pretty high. 50 is a lot.
50 is a lot.
But let me tell y'all, this is what I'm saying.
You would be 50? You would be okay with 50?
Hell no, but I be forgetting my mama on here. But I was hearing some numbers like 100.
No, and I
to
dudes, and I asked them like, but it was like a while back. I asked them like body counts, and they was in the 90s. And I'm like, you're like,
out here,
and they were serious, like.
But it was women on the Clubhouse trying to defend the fact that it shouldn't matter. Women should be, if they wanted to be as high as men, they should be. And I get the idea of liberty, right? Like, you're a woman, it's your body, it's your choice. But my thought process turned to, like, we carry a life in us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole nother type of level of energy that we need to have and carry on. And regardless of what people say, like, that act is really full of energy, transference of energy. You don't want no bad juju.
No, good. Yeah, no, for sure. Casey, after that, like, you have to ask those type of questions. Like, okay, well, how often do you get tested?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. And with asking these type of questions because men are uncomfortable. Some men are uncomfortable with these questions because they don't go to the doctor. They have partners in the doctor. Scared of the doctor, running from the doctor.
But
and still I'm not giving your comfortable number as to what would be comfortable for you.
Men were saying women for women a comfortable number would be like the number y'all always give out is like 7.
I didn't know that was the number that was given out.
And he was like, I'm comfortable with that, like, because he felt like that was women lying. Like, when you ask them, like, what's your body count, they be like, 7. Like, that's just the number they throw out. That's the baseline. You hear me? So he was like, I'm comfortable with y'all little number y'all be throwing out 7. So
the men on here, would you be comfortable with your woman saying 7?
Like, that's too much.
7 parts.
Chevelle said that is too much. And I think you need to take into account too when you meet your woman. If she's 18 with a high body count, okay. But if she's, between 25 and 30
and got a count of 7.
Right, and lost her virginity at 15.
If she has one partner a year, that's 15 partners.
I'll pay for STD testing the entire month of March if you don't. I'm pinning the comment. Oh, I can't. Let's see. It won't let me. Oh, there we go. I'm pinning the comment. Y'all hit Q up. So Cash App you for the STD screenings because he said, I swear. And I appreciate that.
So if you haven't gone in a long time
and you don't have health insurance,
he's paying.
DMQ Quinn. He's following the podcast page. Okay, Q.
Oh no.
What did Marilyn say?
Some of us are 100% honest, even if it's ugly at times.
Listen, that's some of y'all.
He said all females lie.
They have. I mean, you probably right.
Oh, loose count, baby.
Oh,
loose count.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Moving on because. Okay, I ask these questions, y'all.
He's very violent today.
Time to move. All right, 2 questions that I want y'all to answer up in this chat. Oh Lord, I lost the other one I want. Okay. How long do you think a couple should date before becoming official? Huh? Give me a number. Men do get real judgy when it comes to body count. I agree.
2, they could be like 52, and then you be like 10. They be like, oh no, I'm good. Like, what you mean?
Right. But how long do y'all think a couple should date before becoming official? What you think, Ash? I think Desmond.
I would say about 6 months before you make it official.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like that's a good time frame for you to really get to know somebody and know if that's somebody you want to be in a relationship with.
Desmond, y'all can lie too. So
Desmond, why so hostile today?
Dang, talk about you should have been on here. No, because you just ready to go in on somebody.
No reason. What's going on? Tell us, explain, help us.
But yeah, I think 3 to 6 months is an adequate amount of time. I think, what do you think though if, let's say you double back in? Huh? You broke up with your ex and now, in a year y'all want to get back, together. Listen, I've heard the double back too. I was on the call.
Why y'all break up in the first place?
I don't know. We just saying we broke up and the year later, it wasn't terrible terms. It wasn't
the right
terms.
Was it the right time? Because if it wasn't the right time, then maybe.
What do you mean is it the right time? No, for real.
Just break up. What y'all break up for? That means y'all wasn't supposed to be together. Y'all didn't want to be together.
But can I ask my question?
Go ahead.
If you double back to your ex, do you feel like you should start dating again? Or can you just hop back in the pool?
How long has it been between the time frame that y'all?
A year.
How many? 1?
Yeah, 1 year, yeah.
No, I feel like y'all should know each other.
I want to date again.
I mean, you want him to take you on dates, or you want to know him all over again?
Date me again, because you're changed. It's been a year. Something's different.
Yeah, you're changed. I feel like after a year, I mean, me personally, what are we getting back together for? But that's just me.
So if y'all ever date Ash, just know it's one and done. Just know, one and it's done. Okay. Somebody said no. Okay, moving on, because y'all just not with it tonight.
Casey said we dated again.
Casey said you can date again?
Everybody say date me again.
Yes, date me again. Take me out, because first of all, you probably got too comfortable, and that's probably why we broke up in the first place. And I've been telling people for the past couple weeks, I don't want you comfortable over here. I don't want you to be over here and thinking that it's okay and we can just chill. No. I want you to be thinking about date ideas. I want you to be thinking about what little things you can do to put a smile on my face. I don't want you comfortable.
I feel like you already know me well enough to know what I like and what I don't like. So now is your opportunity to, go above and beyond, or go out your way, or what I'm saying, make a change that you didn't make before, to say, hey, I'm serious this time around. Like,
figure out what I like, because it may have been that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Making sure that you make an effort, because people change all the time. Yesterday I may have liked peanut butter. Today I like Nutella, and I don't like butter anymore. So don't try and go buy me peanut butter nothing, because I want some Nutella.
Right. Like, I like that last year, but I've changed.
Yes. Yeah. Gotta steal that vibe. Do not get comfortable over here. And I think that goes for relationship, marriage, all of that. Somebody is asking a question about courting and like how long should somebody court you for the whole relationship?
True. That's a good one.
Oh my God. Doesn't it? What did he say?
These crazy females
double back and always gotta start all over like we brand new. Oh, Desmond, you got a lot. So tell us what's really going on. What's going on?
Please, because does Ash need to exit the live so you can get on and speak tonight?
Let me know, because at this point,
it's not always him. It has to. I missed it.
It has to be. Let me see what I can do different this time. How I can make it better.
Accountability on both sides, and I agree. Y'all know I'm for the reciprocity. Y'all probably was talking about me when we got off the live about finances and relationships because I said what I said.
And really, we're from a moment, so we're not like just being one-sided, Desmond. We're just speaking from our point of view.
Right. We're trying.
Have to be mindful of speaking both ways.
Oh!
I just said.
And you can have men on here all the time. Don't play.
Right. We literally had men the whole last couple of months.
Okay. Moving on for the next question, because we just getting caught up.
Toes, touching toes.
What do you consider to be husband/wife only benefits? Huh?
That's a good question.
Desmond, please answer this question for me because you're feeling some type of way. What do you feel like is husband only benefits? Because I want to know. And for women, what do you feel like are wife on? Ashley, what do you think?
What do you think? Because you didn't ask me 30 questions. What do you think?
I've been giving my opinion.
Wow.
Violence is never the answer. It's Black history. You're supposed to be loving on me.
Answer the question, please.
What do I feel like are wife only benefits? Woo, child. In today's day and age.
Because personally, I feel like
everybody's giving wife benefits in the dating stage.
Right, that's what I feel like.
I feel like you're moving in with people within a year, which thus, how do you draw the line of wife benefits and girlfriend benefits? Because at that point, he getting all the benefits.
Right.
Sharing funds. There you go. Come on and give us the answer. That was one. Sharing funds. But I feel like a lot of times now, though, there's just no line because we could still be in a relationship sharing funds. People go out in their relationships and go get a bank account together because they're living together, and now we got to split finances a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
He said y'all talking and cleaning.
Is that what you think is a wife benefit? I mean, like, what wife
benefits, like what do you wife benefits or husband benefits are that shouldn't be going on?
What do you feel like you do or you would do as a husband that you wouldn't do as a boyfriend?
Right.
Type of deal. But I feel like women are given a lot of their wifely benefits in relationships. And but okay, so if we're saying that, then what would we consider wifely benefits? Cooking, cleaning.
I mean,
because if we're not living together.
Right. But personally, I feel like men are kind of like, they have this whole auditioning thing going on in their brain. Like, well, you know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to play the part, or if you're not, showing me what you can do, or you showing me what you bring to the table, then how do I know you wifey material? So it's like, where do you draw the line as to?
Ooh, that's a good point. Because that's a good point. I feel like men, and then it becomes muddy because when you're dating, you're doing those things. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to show somebody, you're auditioning, like you said. So when you're dating, you could be doing those things in the dating stage. That's not even your man. All right, what are the comments saying?
The difference is when a woman cohabitates with a man, you do what comes naturally. The benefits of a husband or a wife is different in security, in financial matters, ownership, healthcare. Someone else said, yeah, the whole what do you bring to the table has blurred the lines for women.
I can agree. Security. But when you live with somebody, I feel like that when couples, my married friends that I've talked to that have lived with their husbands before they got married, when we talk to them after, like right after, you know, they get married, like, how's married life? And they're like, child, it's the same.
Yeah, you can do it.
Honey, it's
But
the same.
you know, is that a benefit, or is that just something that comes with relationships? Moving in with, you know,
Right.
your significant other before you're actually married.
Right. And I talked to somebody who was like, my next relationship, I'm not doing that. Like, we're waiting until we're like for real serious, like really like engaged or getting ready to get married. And I think that's important. Because then like there becomes those blurred lines, and then I think there comes that comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Well, we hear, especially
Yeah.
for a man who doesn't have really a lot of desire to get married. Like, he will get married, but it ain't like, oh, I have to get married. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all move in together, it's gonna be, well, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing. And I've heard that a lot of times too. Like, for what?
Those are two good comments here.
But the thing about a man during dating is when they drive to apply that so-called pressure, they show all their cards and they go all in on trying to impress a woman and show her that we are worth her time. So I shouldn't be paying your bills, taking care of you like a wife and giving you wifey material if you're just my girlfriend. And it's the same for women. Give a man all the benefits and then wonder why he isn't committing, I guess. That's what he's trying to say.
Mm.
I guess, like they said before, like, I guess financial, like,
or just period, giving all the benefits without the commitment. Somebody just said that was good. When you're dating and then you start giving too much. But then I feel like,
and that's another thing with the lines. It's kind of like,
it's hard.
where do
You just, I feel like for men is they want what they want what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be an amazing woman, but at the end of the day, they want what they want. Like, period. So, which
I feel like
left with
much room, they're going to take advantage of that, and then they're going to get into that comfortable stage where I don't have to really marry you. I don't have to really commit to you fully because you've already given me everything that that I want, everything that I need, and you're okay with giving that to me. So why would I put a ring on your finger if you're not even somebody that I really see myself marrying, but I'm gonna keep you around because I get all the benefits.
Or even when in the talking stage, why am I going to, you know what I'm saying, ask you to be my girlfriend when I'm getting all girlfriend benefits now? And
right.
Without, the full commitment, or without the, all the work. I can hit you up on Wednesday and you'll come over, and then I don't got to talk to you again until next Wednesday. And which leads me to the question of communication. Men, Desmond. Travell too, but Desmond in here acting a fool. What is it? Because when we did our episode on situationships versus relationships, we talked about the idea of commitment, right? And men were in the comments saying that women should apply pressure. If that's what you want, do check-ins. Ask a man if he wants, like, tell a man what you want. I want a relationship. Where are we? You know what I'm saying? Is that what I really want to know? Because I've gotten mixed answers about this for years. A lot of times I hear a woman should not ask a man what they're doing. What are we doing? That question should not be asked. For either the reason of, if you have to ask, then you already know the answer, or it'll put too much pressure on him. So where does communication, where does that fall? Is it pressure for a woman to ask you, what are we doing next? If you're in a relationship and she wants to she feels like she's ready to get married, can she not talk about, like, what does that look like?
For me, I personally feel like you, in the beginning of the talking stages, you should know what your intentions are. Do you want to get married? Are you looking for long-term relationships? What are your intentions with me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, establish what's going on in this relationship before the relationship starts, so that later down the road, this is something that we discussed prior to. So I'm not really forcing your hand, or I'm not really trying to, like, force you into anything, but you knew from the beginning that what I was looking for was long term. What I was looking for was marriage. So I'm not, and then let them know, like, I'm not, trying to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to be your girlfriend for 4 or 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I mean? I'm looking for something real. So I feel like if you establish something in the beginning before the relationship begins, then you won't have to keep on checking in during the relationship to be like, are we still on the same page? Or, you know what I mean? Like, is it something you still want? But I don't feel like you forcing anybody's hand, or you're,
Right.
like
So,
you're forcing anybody.
yes, and then in the middle of it, you still trying like we're a little blurred lines. Does that mean that it's a no for you? What are the comments saying?
Too many women allow men to take up space in their lives without requiring him to give you what you want. So they have no sense of urgency to be what you want. No need. Some women stay with the man. If you can't talk about it, then it's not going anywhere. LOL. He or she's comfortable. Man has pressure on him. Men have pressure on them on him the day he brought into this world. We have the weight of the world on our back, and y'all apply unwanted pressure. If a man want to be married, he will. Ooh. What happens is y'all date them and don't. Intentions are prior to getting involved.
Don't
at yet.
Okay.
What else?
Going into a blind relationship. Okay. I mean,
fear of the next winning him, let him go, because if he really wants you, he would do what it takes to keep you. That can be a conversation that can be held later on with learning a person. That's not something that comes up when you're trying to get to know somebody. It's something that comes up when you're both ready.
I feel like I went Ash though. Set those intentions early, because then you lead yourself into this situation where you start liking somebody and they may not be ready, but because you didn't ask, you didn't really know where they were. So you start liking them, and now you chilling, you get comfortable. And it's hard to leave at that point, because now, I like you, but I don't want to leave because I like you. And right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he may not be ready for it. And that's how you get stuck in a situationship. And it's going to be easy for y'all to throw up in these comments, well, leave if that's not what you want, But y'all already know, once feelings are involved, it becomes a whole nother level of, you know what I'm saying, upping and leaving. Mm-hmm. Regardless of the commitment level.
And that's why, I mean, if you're scared to talk about relationships, or talking about long-term relationships with someone, then maybe you shouldn't be talking to that person. Because it shouldn't be an uncomfortable conversation. It shouldn't be a weighted conversation, like you said. This shouldn't be something that's like, oh, this is heavy, because it's a relationship. It's long term. It's something that you date for. What are you dating me for if this is not the ultimate goal? Mm-hmm. And why is this a hard conversation? Mm-hmm. What makes it so hard? Mm-hmm. Either you want long term relationships, or you don't. And that's when you set it. That's when you set that boundary. If y'all both in it to just be dating, just be casual, and y'all don't even want long term, or y'all want marriage, that's fine. But y'all establish that in the beginning of the relationship. So now y'all can be comfortable throughout the relationship, knowing that you're on the same page.
Right.
But if you don't do that in the beginning, then now he's on this level, and then she's on this level, and y'all not on the same page.
Right.
So it's just like, why is it so uncomfortable to speak about?
Yeah. Somebody said, what about if you don't believe in marriage? That's your personal choice. But
right, like
that you talk about because you don't want to end up in a situation where now you're years in, and now she's ready to be in a marriage. I can't. I'm trying to do both. Now she ready to move to the next step, and then you tell her you don't. That's like people who are in relationships. Y'all see it all the time on TV shows. People who are in long-term relationships and they're about to get married, and then the idea of kids start being talked about, and one person's like, "Oh, I don't want any kids." Now the whole wedding off, because you can't compromise on a baby. So if you don't believe in being married or having a marriage, that's fine, but make sure that's known in the beginning. Like, I don't want to get married.
Right.
And knowing too that you might change your mind. I know some people who say, I've never thought about being married before, and ended up getting married. Yep. What are our comments?
Yeah.
But or seen another woman involved with a man and he claimed he's not ready and get with the next woman and give her the world. Yeah, because
that's the one.
That is what a man will give. And then someone said because dating is a sport. Stop being scared to push the envelope in these men for real of losing him, or for fear, of losing him. If you don't believe in marriage, that needs to be said from jump. Don't waste these women's time.
Exactly, wasting time. Now you done wasted 2-3 years in a relationship, and y'all don't even want the same things because you were afraid to ask questions or get an understanding of what the relationship was about.
Yeah, for sure. There's too much estrogen. It's the estrogen for me. Okay. Well, invite some of the homies in. I was trying to invite people in. But
Hold on, I'll be back.
what was my next question? So dating with the Hi May May.
The question was, how would you define dating with a purpose?
Yes. How would you define dating with a purpose? If you are dating for a relationship, how would you define that? And what would that look like initially? Men, if you're dating to be in a relationship and you're out and you see a woman, how do you determine if you're going to approach her or not? And women, how do you determine if you're going to receive that approach or not? Like for me, because initially when somebody approaches you, you only really can base it off of what's physically there, right? So, sorry. You can only base it on what's physically there. So if I see you come up to me and you got your pants sagging, what do you think, Ash? What are some things you initially look at if you're looking at somebody who's approaching you? Pants sagging. What do you look at if we're talking about now, we're talking about like dating with a purpose. So if if a man approaches you and your date, like you are giving your number out to people that you might want to take you out on a date, and then see where it goes from there. What are you initially looking at? Because really, you can only look at so much.
That's true.
I said sagging is a no for me.
Yeah, no. If you sagging, no. I don't know what that's about, but that's 2008. No, I'm done. No.
Terrell said if she dressed ratchet, I'm good. I'm pressing on.
Yeah, like it's just how they carry themselves, like first appearance, like the way you dress, like the way the way you approach me, like I don't know. Is your hair with your afro looking like is your haircut like just being clean cut, like like present yourself if trying to approach somebody.
So you ain't
Like
dealing with
no, and you got a rag hanging out your back pocket because you from the
yeah. And you
no,
hey little mama.
yeah, no, your hat to the side, like what's up for that? No,
Hey little baby, what's your name?
yeah, no.
No. It's a no, Ash. Yes.
Hey, look,
Correct mannerism, language, yeah. But y'all, let's not be fooled, because I've had somebody message me or approach me on some hey queen crazy.
crazy.
Crazy. Is your breath what? You too close. If I don't know you and I can smell your breath. You might catch a nigga on an off day, and this might.
And I did, Desmond. I'm with you.
But the only chance. That's true though, because men will approach women when they on an off day a lot.
Yeah,
Ash says she catches a lot of men on her off days.
I be looking crazy all the time, and they still be like me.
Who me?
Who me?
Mm.
With this rap.
If
They you busted.
are you dissing them?
What?
Hey, beautiful, and what up, little mama is two different things.
Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute?
Okay, yes. Excuse me.
Oh,
Talk to you for a minute.
is your nails clean? Oh yeah, absolutely.
We. Oh,
Absolutely.
Who's still trying to be play. Every time you see him, he with a different female, or he in a different female face. Exactly. Agreed. So let's say he make it past the point of meeting and he gets your number. Now y'all going on dates. My question, a couple things here. Well, my first question is, if a man asks you within the first 3 times to come over, so he takes you out to dinner one time, right? Second time y'all go to Dave and Buster's. The third time he like, I'm gonna cook dinner. Do you want to come over? What does that mean?
On a quick match, if you look.
He said, you said, like he gonna cook dinner?
You said what?
You said come over, he trying to cook dinner or just come over?
He trying to cook dinner. I'm trying to cook dinner tonight for you. You want to come over?
It could mean a lot of different things. Like, I mean, obviously,
Broke?
your first, thought is gonna be like, he trying to hit. But, you never know. He might just want to cook you dinner, depending on how he feeling about you. That's how I feel.
And depending on how you vibing, because I have several times gone to somebody's house and left without doing anything. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on how he feels about you personally. Like, if he's really trying to be serious with you, he's not gonna press you then first.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
It mean you hungry, y'all grow. Are you hungry, y'all grow?
Say he's trying to romance that ass and get them draws.
Because that's the first thought process. Like, he trying to get in the panties.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't invite me over for dinner time, you're gonna cook for me because I'm gonna eat
and I'm gonna go home,
watch a movie or whatever, and I'm gonna go right home. So I hope them was your, because
don't act like that's always the intentions though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, 9 times out of 10, it's like that's what you think. Yeah, he could really just be wanting to cook for you because he like you.
Right.
If he really like you, he gonna take it slow for sure. It ain't gonna be no, I'm about to get her over here cook so I can smash. Like, no. Maybe a bum nigga, like for sure, but
right.
Not a man who really trying to date.
Right.
Leslie said, no, I'm trying to take your soul with this food because I spiked it with love.
You know what? Oh, Lord. Okay, so when me and Ash initially came up with this topic, we were literally just on the phone talking. And she was talking about dating with a purpose, which is what we're talking about at this point. And she was giving some good ideas on the idea of dating beyond going to dinner, right? So doing other things like an escape room to see how do y'all collab together. Is he is he analytical? Can he solve problems? Like going rock climbing. What's her endurance like? Or what's his endurance like? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you keep up? Can he keep up? What are some other things that y'all feel like are other good ideas that for dates to further know somebody outside of going to dinner and talking?
So like personal dates where it's like, this is a date that I know that I can get to know him or get to know her, and it's outside of the box of going to the movies or going to dinner or just the regular. Mm-hmm. Like, what does it mean to really date somebody or get to know somebody or dating with a purpose?
Boat rides and jet skis. That's cool, but what do you learn from her? What do you learn about her on those dates? You gonna learn I don't know how to swim because I don't. Keep by the shore.
He also said a beach date, which not in Arizona.
Beach date in Cali. That's cute.
Is she like water?
Like water. Yeah, I just said that I don't know how to swim. You gonna learn that real quick.
Like water, but not gonna. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, can you actually sit down and have a conversation with no dry moments?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, can y'all laugh? Can y'all have deep conversations? Like, or is it gonna be awkward? Y'all gonna sit there and be like, so, going on. Like,
normalize being able to be in somebody's presence and not having to talk to them.
yeah, when you marry,
Yeah, I agree. The date,
let somebody and just be sitting next to
but
you.
I just want to say, like, I feel like that's knowing when to talk and when to just chill.
Yeah, but so you went on a, if he took you on a date and or you went over his house and he cooked dinner for you, y'all could just sit on the couch and just
Eat? No, I'm talking in a relationship and marriage, but in a relationship, I think that's important.
yeah.
Dating, but in a relationship.
I need to know their personality type to know what appeals to them and you at the same time.
Love language is important. Get into it.
How to vote.
Yeah, definitely. Love language is real, and it's real important, and you should know your partner's love language.
This not another test. I could post it up somewhere for y'all to do it. I'll put it in the bio, link in the bio. But it's called the Enneagram test, and
Oh, that's sorry.
it talks about communication styles. It talks about biggest fears. It talks about the strengths of a person, and then it tells you like which type of person you're compatible with, depending on you. So it's like a love language test, but it talks more like into communication. Um, I think that's another really good one because can you guys communicate like effectively when something's happening? What were you saying, Ash?
Someone said paddle boating. You can work together and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. Um, Someone said you should have moments and not be concerned if something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's later in the relationship. Like y'all should be able to sit down and just just chill. But when you're dating someone or getting to know someone, like silence is not the answer.
Yeah, I can agree. Another point,
For that.
bank code is no for me. What? Um, Another thing that Ash brought up to me that was really interesting that I never thought about was ordering at a restaurant.
Oh yeah. Very important, ladies. Listen.
Please tell the people.
Okay, um, so of course, you go on a few dates or whatever you're dating, and me being the independent person that I am, when we go to dates or restaurants, I usually order for myself. Like, of course, why wouldn't I? But the relationship that I was in, he would ask me what I wanted off the menu, and then when the waitress would come, he would order my food and his food. So to me, at first I was kind of like, why are you ordering my food? Like, I can order my own food. But it was as I learned, it was kind of for me, it was just like letting him be the man, letting him take the lead in things. And it's not like he just ordered anything off the menu. He asked me what I wanted, and then he took the lead and ordered our food. So at first I was kind of just like thrown off, but I realized it's important to let a man lead and let a man be a man in a relationship. And that's something that I've had to learn to do because, I'm so used to being independent, strong, and doing stuff myself. But, as you date, as you go on, you learn certain things about yourself that you need to change in order to better yourself. And letting a man and be the leader in the relationship is one of those things.
I love it. I love it. And I never thought about that. Um, it's really the little things. It's really the little things. And learn again when you are an independent person, learning how to be a little bit of codependent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to sit back sometime. And that's another talk that we're gonna have for the women is getting back into femininity. Mommy made a comment about isn't this about dating? Talking should be excessive during the dating stage. Yeah, I agree. But I just feel like I said that disclaimer to say I don't want people to go into relationships with this ideal that y'all got to be talking all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, in the beginning you're getting to know somebody and y'all conversation should be endless, but once you get into a relationship and things kind of slow down a little bit, normalize that it's okay that y'all don't got to be in each other's face all of the time.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't like talking to people all the
All
time.
the
Like,
time, exactly.
so if we could just sit in the room or lay in the room and we don't have to talk to each other at all, that's perfect for me. But again, later down the road.
Right. Okay, y'all, we have about 40 seconds left. Thanks for coming to our TED Talk. We appreciate y'all. I'm going to put that Enneagram test link in the bio for y'all that want to take it. I love that y'all participated in this.
Thank you.
Our next one will probably be, we'll probably start doing them every other week. I think this has been good. I know, Sherelle, you don't want us to go. We don't want to go either, but it's time.
Maybe we'll, have a guy on here,
Next time, please.
Yeah, halfway through the guy in, so we can, oh.
Bye, y'all.